college football fans. Let's go. Hey guys, my name's Harry James. Picks, picks, picks. You guys all know what this version of my show is all about. The picks. From Big 12 to everywhere else. Alright guys, now I also have a very special announcement to make before we make our picks. Or before I make my picks. We'll do all that and more coming up next. Don't go away. Let's get the show started, boys. Let's go! Welcome back to my show, everybody. You guys know me. I'm Harry James. My very special announcement. Speaking of Big 12 games, I will be at this Big 12 game, Oklahoma and Nebraska. I'll be out there in Lincoln this weekend between the Sooners of Oklahoma and the Big 12 and the Big 10 Nebraska Cornhuskers. With that being said, I'm not taking my stuff with me. I'm not a full part of the media. So it would just be a pain for me to take all my stuff with me, so I won't be doing that. Instead, I'm leaving it here for that. So I won't be taking my stuff with me. So sorry about that. I'll bring it back here. I'll get back here with all my thoughts, record it from there. With that being said, let's make some picks. Y'all ready to make some picks? Let's make some picks. Saturday, Oklahoma, Nebraska, in Lincoln, National Fox. Not making a pick in this one, but by the way, game between first-year head coach Brent Venables and Nebraska coach TBA, to be announced. Scott Frost just within the last hour or so has been pulled from the head coaching ranks, at least at Nebraska. The other Big 12 game, not on Fox Sports 1, Texas State at Baylor. Baylor trying to get back on the right track after losing the heartbreaker to the Mormons of BYU. And you know what? They'll do it. Baylor will do it. Easy stuff. There. The noon game, Towson at West Virginia, Big 12 now / Big 10, Big 12 Plus network. Taking West Virginia, they'll be able to bounce back after the Kansas game, I would hope. We'll see how that looks. You see how my pick looks there. Plus, while I'm at the Oklahoma-Nebraska game, you can also watch, let's see, what's this one? Ohio at Iowa State, Big 12 network, or Big 12 now / ESPN Plus. I'm taking Iowa State in this one. They just beat Iowa for the first time in a long time. They're feeling real good. They'll be ready for that. Let's see. 2 o'clock, so just about right after we're done in Lincoln. Tulane at Kansas State will get it on at 2 o'clock. ESPN now / ESPN Plus, taking Kansas State. Now, 3 o'clock, the OU Nebraska should be over, so we'll get home and we'll watch Kansas at Houston. That was for you, Mike Steele. Got to hit that hard H. I'm taking the Cougars. This game on ESPNU. Kansas feeling real good about themselves, but I think that Houston just a little bit better than what teams expect. 6 o'clock primetime games. Couple of primetimers in Big 12 action, including Arkansas Pine Bluff at Okie State, Big 12 now / ESPN Plus. I'm taking Okie State. Game of the day in the Big 12 with Nebraska not being so great. Now NC State on the other hand, they're pretty good, and they will host Texas Tech. Texas Tech at NC State, ESPN2. They got lucky last week, did Tech, against Houston. Got to hit that hard H, Mike Staley. Won't get so lucky on the road this year at NC State. I'm taking the Wolfpack. And finally, Texas San Antonio at Texas, LHN, Longhorn Network, 7 o'clock. I'm taking Texas and Herd. By the way, speaking of Texas, I feel real bad for the injury that Ewers had. He's had a couple of weeks. His car being towed, and now this. Not a good look to start your college career that way. Hopefully, he'll be able to get back on the right track. As it stands right now, it sounds like he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks, which does include the Texas OU matchup. So, you don't know how healthy he's going to be for that ball game quite yet. But you know what? That's Big 12. Not a lot of people care about the Big 12. I do. But just in case you don't, and you want to worry more about the national scheme of things, let's take a look nationally real quick, guys. Like Friday, whichever one you prefer, Florida State at Louisville. Louisville. I love that name. Louisville. So much so that I'm going to take Louisville. This game, by the way, will be on ESPN at 6:30. 7 o'clock, 30 minutes later, Air Force at Wyoming. I'm taking Air Force in this one. This game is on CBS Sports Network. Saturday, I'm getting comfortable in my seat for Oklahoma, Nebraska. There will be a game on at 10 o'clock. You ready for this one? Wofford at Virginia Tech, part of the ACC network family. I'm taking Vatech. Now, the normal 11 a.m. morning games at 11 start like this. UGA, University of Georgia, at South Carolina, ESPN. I'm taking UGA. UConn, that's the University of Connecticut, will be at Michigan. This game will be on ABC. I'm taking the Wolverines of Michigan. Youngstown State at Kentucky. SEC Network. I'm taking Kentucky. By the way, if I could take my schooner, I would, off for head coach of Kentucky, Mark Stoops. The other brother of Bob Stoops. Not Mike, the other brother who just surpassed a coach that would later move on to A&M and Alabama, and Paul Bear Bryant got his start coaching at Kentucky. And with the win over Florida from last week, Mark Stoops becomes the winningest coach in Kentucky history. Schooner goes off to you, Stoops. So, with that being said, we'll move on to Cincinnati. Cincy will be at Miami of Ohio, ESPNU. I'm taking Cincinnati. Abilene Christian will be at Missouri, part of the SEC network, SEC plan, ESPN Plus. I'm taking Missouri. CBS Sports will have Villanova at Army. I'm taking Army. Southern Illinois will be at Northwestern, Big Ten network game. I'm taking Northwestern. ESPN2 will have Purdue at Syracuse. I'm taking, which one? Syracuse? Yeah, Syracuse. Long Island at Kent State. ESPN3, I'm taking Kent State. Really like what I saw from them earlier this week. And specifically 2 weeks ago. And Western Kentucky will be at Indiana, by the way. Big Ten network game. I'm taking Indiana. 12 o'clock. There are a couple of 12 o'clock games, like Buffalo at Coastal Carolina, ESPN Plus, I'm taking Coastal. And Bucknell at Central Michigan, I'm taking Central Michigan. Also, this one's on ESPN 3. 1 o'clock. South Alabama will be at UCLA at 1 o'clock. Pac-12 Network, I'm taking UCLA and the Bruins. Rutgers at Temple, ESPN Plus, I'm taking Rutgers. Old Dominion, ODU, will be at Virginia as part of the ACC Network. I'm taking Virginia. And Mercer will be at Ball State, ESPN Plus. I'm taking Ball State. All those games, by the way, at 1 o'clock. 1:30 game, 1:30 game. Cal Berkeley will be at Notre Dame. This game will be on NBC. And eventually, Notre Dame will get this thing turned around. He'll get his first win. Just not this week. I'm taking Cal. 2 o'clock, North Texas at UNLV at the KVVU TV network there in Vegas. I'm taking UNLV. That's where you can find it. 2:30 regular. So right after our game, we'll go straight into BYU and Oregon in Eugene. I'm taking BYU. I really like the physicality of BYU. They were a lot more physical from last week when they played Baylor. They were a lot more physical than Baylor. And last time I saw Oregon, they just weren't physical, playing a good team. I believe that was Georgia. But again, that was Georgia, so take that to me what you will. But I'm still taking BYU. New Mexico at Wisconsin, part of the Big Ten. I'm taking Wisconsin and the Badgers. ABC will see Ole Miss at Georgia Tech. I'm taking Ole Miss. Penn State will be at Auburn. I'm taking Penn State in this one. CBS Sports Network has a SEC game for you. Vanderbilt at Northern Illinois. I'm taking Vandy. Colorado at Minnesota. ESPN2. I'm taking Minnesota. Don't know. ESPN3.com will have Stony Brook at UMass. I'm taking Massachusetts. ESPN Plus will have Troy at Appalachian State. ESPN Plus. By the way, the host of ESPN Game Day. Now the big noon game day will be at Oklahoma and Nebraska. But ESPN will be at Troy at Appalachian State. I'm taking Appalachian State also in that one. Really like what I've seen from the last 2 or 3 weeks. And Georgia Southern at Birmingham. That's University of Alabama, Birmingham. This one will be on the Stadium Network, and I'm taking Georgia Southern. 3 o'clock games. Louisiana Monroe at Alabama. They didn't even have their best game, and they still beat Texas. So I'm taking Alabama. They'll be able to figure something out, I would hope. Also, 3 o'clock, if you don't want to watch that one, you can watch Tennessee Martin at Boise State. That game, Fox Sports 1. I'm taking Boise State. 4 o'clock slate. A lot of these. Liberty. They will be at Wake Forest, at Wake. ACC Network. Welcome back, by the way, to the quarterback there at Wake. Giving him the win here. Colorado State at Washington State. Pac-12 Network. I'll take Washington State. And Marshall at Bowling Green. NFL Network. Big win for Marshall last week. On the road. They'll get this one on the road too against Bowling Green. They'll be able to do that, I think. 5 o'clock, Mississippi State and LSU. ESPN. I think you guys know where I'm going to go with this. Because eventually, the 5 o'clock will turn to the 6 o'clock. And that's a night game in Baton Rouge. I don't know. I don't know if Mississippi State's ready for that. I'll take LSU. Also in the 5 o'clock docket, North Carolina A&T will be at Duke on the ACC Network. I'm taking Duke. And Campbell will be at East Carolina. ESPN Plus, I'll take ECU. 6 o'clock, final games for the final, at least major docket games. This is them at 6 o'clock. Toledo at the Ohio State. Fox, I'm taking the Ohio State University. Missouri State Arkansas, SEC Network / ESPN Plus. I'm taking Arkansas. ESPN Plus will also have Akron at Tennessee. I'll take Tennessee. What about this one, guys? ESPN Plus will also have Jackson State at Tulsa. Not going to be like me, not looking up to have a team or a ticket in Lincoln, and you're not going to go to the Oklahoma State game against Arkansas Pine Bluff, I think it is. Go to this one. Jackson State. You know who the head coach is up there? Prime Time. Just saying. Should be a fun one there. What about, or you can stay home and watch Northwestern State, at Southern Mississippi. I'm taking Southern Miss in this one. ESPN 3. You can also, ESPN Plus will have 2 games there for you to watch. 3 games for you to watch in the nightcap, including an Arkansas State at Memphis. I'm taking Memphis. ESPN Plus. Charlotte at Georgia State. I'm taking Georgia State on ESPN Plus. And finally, Tennessee State at Middle Tennessee. ESPN Plus. I'm taking Middle Tennessee. The main nightcap, 6:30, including games like, are you ready for this one? Michigan State at Washington. Should be pretty interesting there. I'm going to take Washington. This game will be on ABC. ESPNU will have Pitt at Western Michigan. I'm taking Pitt. South Florida at Florida. SEC Network. Chomp the Gator Chomps. I'll take the Gators. Also, Nevada at Iowa. Big Ten Network game. I'm actually going to take... I was going to take Iowa, and that's why I had, but I'm not been so impressed with their offense over the last couple of weeks. I'll take Nevada to go into Iowa with the waving fans and win. Will Nevada. Let's see. Next up, SMU at Maryland. Fox Sports 1. I'm taking Maryland. Maine at Boston College, part of the ESPN 3 package. I'll take BC. University of Central Florida at FAU. UCF and FAU. CBS Sports Network. I'm taking Atlantic. And Louisiana Lafayette at Rice. ESPN Plus. I'll take Lafayette. Yeah, Louisiana Lafayette. Moving right along to the 7 o'clock games. Louisiana Tech at Clemson. Part of the ACC Network. I'll take Clemson. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Montana State at Oregon State. Pac-12 Network. I'll take Oregon State. And University of Texas El Paso at New Mexico. Part of the KASY. My TV there in New Mexico. Speaking of New Mexico, I'll take New Mexico. 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Miami at Texas A&M. This one's going to be fun. Hopefully I'll be back in the hotel for this one to be able to watch it. I think A&M can bounce back. I think that they might have been just looking forward a little bit. Appalachian State, by the way, is a really, really, really good team. They almost beat North Carolina. We all know that. But I think A&M was just foreshadowing this one a little bit. Part of the ESPN Plus package. I'm taking Texas A&M in College Station. This game on ESPN. 9 o'clock. San Diego State at Utah. ESPN The Deuce. Pac-12 After Dark. I'll take Utah. Sticking with the Pac-12 After Dark thought process. Fresno State at USC. 9:30. I'm taking Pac-12 Network. I'm taking USC. 10 o'clock. Sticking with the Pac-12 After Dark thoughts. North Dakota State at Arizona. I don't know why this game's on here. I'm taking Arizona, but watch out, Arizona. Closer than the experts think. Tick, 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 tick. Watch out for that one. Could be interesting there. A couple more, including Eastern Michigan at Arizona State. I'll take Arizona State. And 10:30, or 10:59 to be exact, almost 11 o'clock. You know who it is. They always play these late games. It's Hawaii, as they will host Duquesne. Duquesne at Hawaii. Spectrum Sports Network. Spectrum pay-per-view. I'll take Hawaii. Alright guys, thanks for watching. You guys know all this. You guys also know that you can catch this and all my other videos on the YouTube. Boomer Sooner 1982. Also Facebook, Harry James Taylor. Or on the Twitter handle at Hypeman Harry. Alright guys, and also for at least on this one, remember, if you take this money, take these picks to Vegas and you don't win, don't blame me. But if you do, I want some payout, baby. I want some of the payouts if you take these picks. But again, if you don't, do not get mad at me. I'll just tell you who I think's going to win and lose. Alright guys, thanks for watching. My name's Harry James. You can catch these and all my other videos on the YouTube Boomer Sooner 1982. Also Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or on the Twitter handle at Hypeman Harry. Alright guys, thanks for watching and deuces. I'm out of here. Peace.